Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to six figures and beyond. Oh, so today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite things for winning government contracts, and that is my DSBS profile. I know that we teach this strategy a lot. I wanted to share it with you. This is one of the main ways that government contracting officers will find your small business. And this is one of the ways they can find you without any what? Any bidding. That's right. No bidding. We've had several of our students that have taken some of our courses and they have learned how to put together their DSBS profile, which is your dynamic small business search profile, in a way where the contracting officers are drawn to you and they have certain keywords they put in there that make them want to award them a contract without any bidding. Now, the main way you do this is focusing on contracts that are under $250,000 and under. And there's a way you can do that by going on to fpds.gov and looking up contracts that are under that amount. Now, we're not going to do that. We'll do that in another video. As a matter of fact, I have a couple that are connected to my YouTube channel that goes into all of that. But what I am going to start you with is the DSBS profile. Now, the DSBS profile is very unique because it is one of the ones that only small businesses, that means every NAICS code has a certain standard, size standard and under. So ours that we utilize is 19.5. 19.5 million, milli, is what they consider small business with small business administration. Okay, so that probably covers all of us here. Now, once we know that we meet the size standard, what is the next thing we want to do? Because the goal of winning contracts is definitely setting up a strategy so that it makes it easier, not easy, but easier. One of the things you must do is you want to go in and fill out your sam.gov. Now, I'm not going to share that with you step by step, but I will do an upcoming video step by step on SAM. When you go into SAM, that's where it starts. Filling in if you accept government credit cards, which helps you with micro purchases. That's $10,000 and under. A lot of these are awarded directly to you with agencies like FEMA that are looking for people to do debris monitoring and trash removal and all of those things. So accepting government cards helps. You can simply run to your bank and set up a merchant account, or you can use QuickBooks. The next thing I like looking at is making sure that you update it. Update your sam.gov. Don't just put it there and leave it alone. You want to update it, as well as your capability statement, because these are the things that the contracting officers and government buyers are looking for. Now, the key is to attract them. And the way we do that is letting them know what we have when they are looking for us. So what does that look like? So if I put my government contracting hat on for a second, and I were to say that we get, like all these funds into our department. So let's say I'm in a certain department, and then they put it down to the agencies underneath that department. And then my agency decides what projects they want and what projects we want to focus on for fiscal year 2024. And then once we decide what we want to focus on, then we choose which project manager is going to actually fulfill the project and the contracting officer and all that. So there's procurement side, and then there's the actual project manager goes out, makes sure the projects are on time and everything is being done. And what I may look at doing is saying, okay, I've got this little bid. I want someone that could do landscaping, or I want someone that could do this job, and it's under a certain amount of money. It's under the simplified acquisition procedure, SAP. Probably heard me talk about that. And then remember 10K and under is micro purchases. Now I know what I'm looking at doing, and I want to find someone that can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into your DSBS profile, which is going to be here. Nope, that's not it. Let's go here. So this is my DSBS profile. And what you're looking at are actual DSBS profiles. So me as a contracting officer, I'm going to put in certain filters. I may put in the zip code I want. I'm going to put in the NAICS code. I may put in not the NAICS code, but the keywords. So only the keywords will bring up your company. I might be looking for someone with top secret clearance. I might want someone that has a certain amount of employees, live in a certain area. All of this may be what I put in, and it will bring up a certain amount of companies, like you can see. When you see a DSBS profile like this one, and there is nothing there, that means that they filled in that they want to set up a DSBS profile, but they didn't put in the capability narrative. Now, capability narrative is what you see here, the narrative of your capabilities. There's keywords, which you can put in also underneath your DSBS profile. It's a whole profile. You can even connect a link for your capability statement, which I'll share with you in a moment. And you can put all this into this fantastic profile. Now, why is this important? Because I've had students that have been in sam.gov for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and hadn't won anything, let's say 3 years, and they hadn't won one contract because their DSBS profile wasn't working for them. It was just there. You want to make sure you take the time to put in the right keyword. So what do I do first? Everything should have some type of strategy. What are you looking to achieve? So if you do your dynamic small business profile correctly, then you should and can bring government buyers who see what you have and they're interested in it because of what you've said and what you've displayed. So remember, 2 categories. Capability narrative is like a paragraph that talks about what you're capable of doing. And then there are the keywords where a contracting officer or a prime contractor, it goes for both, looking for a subcontractor to do some of the work in Florida because they're in Texas, and that's our old favorite middleman method. And even with the middleman method, you absolutely, of course, want to make sure that you have what? Your DSBS profile done correctly. So we're looking at a few. So the first thing I did was I would go put in certain things that I knew I wanted to show up on the search, and I would see what other companies check out what they have. Now, the first thing you may not notice is you don't see a lot of people with they have .coms, they have professional email addresses. You don't see a lot of Gmails and Yahoo and AOL and all of that. So that's the first thing, investing in your company if possible to get a professional email address. The second thing I'm going to do is look at a couple of my competitors, go to their work, their actual websites, check them out, see if they have the capability statements I can download and look and see what they have going on. I can also look at them as a potential partnering, teaming with them to do some work because I know where they are. I can see by, their addresses, all of it's listed. All of it's right here in my dynamic small business profile. Now, what's the next thing I'm interested in? I'm going to look at the narrative and the keywords, and then I am going to go to a place that I can look at them. I like Uber Suggest. You can go to, Google, Key Planner, anything. You're just looking to put in some search words so that you can see what words come up, keywords. So you're going to put in some words and see what keywords come up, which can help you with this dynamic small business search. You have about 50 words you can put in, keywords. Now remember, that the contracting officer may not use NAICS codes. They may only use keywords, and you want to be found in this search because what is it that they can do? They can then choose to choose your company by yourself or maybe 2 or 3 other companies, let you know that they've sent out, they're looking for a bid. They know the price because once they decide on a project, let's say I have this large roofing project that I need to do or landscaping or something like that, 2 or 3 projects in, Virginia and DC and Texas and Florida. And so what's my next step? My next step is then to put the scope of work, and then I'm going to put the cost associated by getting some estimates from my estimators on what the cost is going to be. So I know what it's going to be. Now I'm going to let you know what it is, or I can just tell you to put in a bid based on the scope of work. I've got 2 or 3 other people that I'm looking to ask from this list on the DSBS profile. And I haven't even gone to Sam. I'm not interested in Sam. I know that in order to have your DSBS profile, you already have to have a sam.gov. You already have to have a cage code. So I'm interested in what you're saying and what you have listed as your keywords. And I'm interested in finding you and being able to look at your capability statement and all of that information right from here, from your profile. So once I decide which way I want to go, do I want to automatically do a 3 bid, have 3 people put a bid in, or do I automatically want to find one company in my area? And I probably say I'm going to choose a new company so that I can see if we can build some past performance. It's a project that might be worth under $100,000. It's a one-time project. So I'm going to give someone a try. And this is a great place to do it. So I'm going to reach out to you via your email, and or I might call you and tell you this is what I'm looking to pay and can you do it for that price? And let's say you're in one place and you want someone else to do the work for you. So then you might do the middleman, and guess what you would do? You'd come right here as well and do some vetting. So make sure that you vet them well because they're going to represent you because you're the prime and they are the sub. Now, what's my next step? Well, I know what I want to put in for my keywords because I went into Uber Suggest. And I know that I want my profile to be here. You see these blank spaces, that's because someone didn't fill out their capability narrative. So you don't want to be that person. Then I need to come to put in my profile. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pause for a second, and then I will share with you the actual screen. So I'm going to see if I can't go back to the beginning to put in the SBS, and voila, I'm here. So let's look at what we need to do so that we can put in our DSBS. And what we're looking at doing is we're going to be here. We want to come to connect.sbs.gov. Now, first, you want to already have your keywords, so you're already ready. You want to already have looked at your competition, looked at their DSBS profile, and have your paper ready before you get started. And of course, you have to have your cage code. Connect.sbs.gov. That's it. Once you come there, you're going to see all these little pluses there, and then you're going to see where it says DSBS. You're going to simply hit on to your make believe. We put in a fictitious company for this illustration, and you're going to be able to come down and you're going to get started. It's going to say box. You've got the box right there. Hit next. And this is where you get to put in your dynamic small business. You want it to be public. You have yes. You're going to go all the way down. You're going to put in your information, and you're going to go in so forth and go all the way to the end. You'll be able to connect your capability statement and all that information. All of that you'll be able to connect. When you get done, you're going to hit save, and voila, you have a completed SBA profile. So that is a great start for making sure that you are ready for a contracting officer or a government buyer to find you so they can award you a no bid contract with no past performance or anything to get your foot in the door as a small business getting started. So looking forward to it. Go ahead and get busy. Make sure your NAICS codes are in there. Create your keywords. We just put some keywords in there because, like I said, this is just a company that we did for setting up illustration. So go ahead and get started, and good luck with that. So if you want to find out more information step by step, then make sure you do what? Sign up for our free Lunch and Learn, our GovCon Lunch and Learn. We do that weekly where we choose a different subject and go over it step by step. And we also always start from the beginning because we want to make sure that you know exactly what you need to do to set up your profiles, your SAMs, all of those things, FPDS, all of that, so that you can win contracts and make this journey worth it. So I look forward to seeing you in one of my Lunch and Learn. And until next time, be safe and take care. And make sure that you make this make sense. Don't have it not make sense. That's the goal. So until next time, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.